Hey, I know I said no more Dredge videos, but I had an idea, and I was like, this is pretty cool, and so far, so good. We are playing Golgari Dredge here, staying, or moving away from the blue cards, and getting some pretty interesting tools. We are still playing some blue lands for Prize Amalgams, because it's still the best card in the deck, but we are playing black and green, and we've built the deck a little bit differently. The main incentive for building in this way, instead of all the blue cards, is Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. Tyvar is 3 mana for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Activate ability to creature you control so they have haste. We're not actually using that here at all. Almost purely playing Tyvar for this -2, mill 3 cards, run a creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So the question then is, what are we returning? Well, we have Lhurgoyf already, our incentive to play green. 1 mana for 1/1 with trample. Whenever one of your cards leaves the graveyard, you put a counter on it, and then when it dies, you gain life with its power. Okay, great. So that's like a reasonable one we can bring back and start powering up. It also gives us a nice turn 1 play. The huge enabler that we get to play because of Tyvar is Satyr Wayfinder. In the more spell-based versions of the deck, we're trying to play around Founding the Third Path, which is a super powerful blue enchantment. But Satyr Wayfinder plays really well with Tyvar. It's one of the main reasons to kind of play in this way. So 1 green for a 1/1, enter the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, you put a land card from them into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. We have our Stitcher Supplier as normal, nice 1 mana enabler. And then the other huge get with Tyvar is Urborg Lhurgoyf. Now, normally, Lhurgoyf is something that's always been in the format for a while, but generally is quite slow. 2 mana is fine, but you need to be kicking it, so you need to be paying 3 or 4. What it does give you is a creature you can bring back from your graveyard, because it has power equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard, and its toughness equal to that number +1. You can bring it back as a huge threat. Sure, it's slower as an enabler, but as something to recur, it's obviously super powerful, bringing it back with Tyvar, and if you're at 3 mana, 4 mana, becomes just an incredible play. You can play it for 4 mil 6, and alongside with Satyr Wayfinder getting you lands, hitting that 4 mana is very reasonable. We're still only playing 18 lands, and we do need to be wary that without the blue cards, we don't have as much manipulation of our draw step without Otherworldly Gaze. It is quite important, we're playing 18, and you can't really go under that. We also have Grisly Salvage, which finds us lands, one of the best 2 mana enablers we have. Obviously, we're not casting it off Founding the Third Path here, but it's still very good. Black and a green, reveal the top 5 cards of your library, put a creature or land card from among them into your hand, and the rest go into your graveyard. And so you can use this to also help you find lands to then go and kick your Lhurgoyf, and you can use it and pick up your Satyr Wayfinder and your Stitcher Supplier to then like kind of chaining enablers into each other, which is one of the really nice things here. Chaining the enablers is quite good. And then we have Witherbloom Command. One of the main reasons to play black and green in general is that you get access to this, which is not only an enabler, but gives you a way to deal with troublesome non-land permanents post-board, like Rest in Peace or Unlicensed Husk. The other abilities here, so the enabling one, target player mills 3 cards, obviously targeting ourselves, and then we return a land from your graveyard to hand. Again, we've got a bunch of cards that give us lands. Hitting that 4 mana to double kick Lhurgoyf is actually super reasonable. And then it also has this -3/-1 ability on creatures. You can kill your own Stitcher Supplier. Very occasionally you'll kill your opponent's creatures. There just aren't that many that it kills in the format, unfortunately. And it also has that target opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life ability attached to it, which, hey, sometimes it gets you there. Obviously we have our 4 copies of Tyvar. We have our 4 copies of Prized Amalgam. We can cast these with blue. Obviously, we want blue to kick Lhurgoyf as well, but if we're kicking it once, we're still fairly happy with that. So it's only 4 blue lands in the deck. We can dig for them a little bit, but it is fine to not be able to cast them. Prize Amalgam, we have a nice discard outlet with Haunted Dead. Obviously, the dream is if you've got Amalgams in hand, you can discard them to the Haunted Dead, bring it back from the graveyard, make your Spirit, but then obviously those Prize Amalgams trigger and a turn. And then Silvermote Ghoul comes back to from the graveyard if you gain 3 or more life this turn, which conveniently is triggered by Creeping Chill. When you mill it, you can exile it, and if you do, it deals 3 damage to each opponent and you gain 3 life. Occasionally you can cast it from hand. If you do get stuck with it in hand, then again, getting to 4 mana is not unreasonable in this deck, and you can cast it, bring back your ghouls, or just burn your opponent out. Pretty nice. We have trimmed down numbers here on Ghoul and Haunted Dead, just to make room for some of our earlier things. I really want to lean into Willowgeist and Lhurgoyf being powerful threats with just a ton of power that we can put into play. And Willowgeist in particular to push through damage with that trample ability. Awesome. The mana base then is fairly straightforward. We have 4 Blooming Arch, 4 Dartboard Pathway, 4 Evergreen Tomb, 4 of all our green-black dual lands. We have 2 each of Botanical Sanctum and Darkslick Shores. Again, we want some blue lands to cast Prize Amalgam if we have to, and to cast the kicker on Lhurgoyf as well. And then we also are playing the Boseiju and the Takenuma. Boseiju to deal with Rest in Peace again, unlicensed us, all the trouble, kind of like permanent-based artifact, graveyard hate cards that we're going to face post-board. Boseiju is just too good not to play. And then Takenuma also doubles as like a mill yourself, which is obviously something we're about. And in a case where we can like mill ourselves, get back Lhurgoyf, that becomes really, really nice. I've been really impressed with this version of the deck so far. And we'll get into the sideboard, and then we'll hop into some ranked games. So, firstly, 4 copies of Crankabloom. One of the things here is that with Tyvar, because we can recur 2-mana creatures, Crankabloom as a 2-mana 3-2, which then we can sacrifice to destroy artifacts and enchantments, is actually really nice enabler to be playing, because we can recur it. If we also are in the business versus something like Mono Green, where we want to be able to recur things to destroy artifacts and enchantments, then Crankabloom is also great there, and we can just keep buying it back over and over and over again. We've got 3 copies of Assassin's Trophies, a kind of catch-all. We obviously have the 4 with the Bloom commands in the main deck. One of the interesting things about Dredge is that you're often winning game 1, and you're trying to win games 2 and 3 through Graveyard Hate. Assassin's Trophy is nice because it deals with whatever that hate may be, right? Whatever it is, whether it's an enchantment, whether it's a creature, whether it's something, Assassin's Trophy will reliably kill it. You're giving your opponent a land, but this is a catch-all answer, and so if you're not sure what they're going to bring in, you can always bring a trophy, and it will be fine. We have Fatal Push, either versus aggro, or again, decks where they're going to have creatures to kind of slow you down or hit your graveyard. Something like Scavenging Ooze, something like Thalia, kind of slowing down you from casting your spells. Fatal Push is great there. And then 4 copies of Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is an interesting one. Obviously, we can also Thoughtseize things like Rest in Peace, but Thoughtseize also targets ourselves. That's kind of nice, and of course, also can come in versus combo decks, and so is also fairly strong. Let's hop into some ranked games. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Closing in on 500 subscribers. And yeah, 82% of you aren't subscribed. Alright, ranked games. Okay, in here with match number 1 with Green Black Dredge. See what we're up against. We have a 1-lander. We're on the draw, so we have a decent chance of drawing into a land over the first couple of turns. The Stitch Supplier is not really finding us a land. We do have fairly good backup, but I think that on 7 we can at least afford to take 1 mulligan and try and find something a bit better. This is not what we're looking for, the exact opposite, whereas these cards are things we all want in our graveyard. So we're going to end up going to 5. I've said it before, the Dredge deck can function on low mana, and you always have the chance of hitting some really powerful draws. However, not exactly what we're looking for. I don't think I'm going to go to 4 just because we have Wayfinder and lands, and so we will keep this. And we're kind of preying on what we hit off the Wayfinder, which, you know, can be troublesome. I'm going to bottom a Botanical Sanctum, and I am tempted to bottom the Silvermote Ghoul, but if we mill something like Haunted Dead, we can get the Ghoul into our graveyard, and so we only really need 3 lands to function. I'm just going to get rid of the Overgrown Tomb. We'll keep the Silvermote Ghoul in hand, and hope we hit something to pitch it to. Black-red, what is it, Sacrifice, or is it mid-range? Are we just going to get Thoughtseize? No, okay. Epicure makes it look like Sacrifice. There's a the slimmest of slim chances that this is Mardu Greasefang, but the deck's kind of fallen off the map. Despite it being still somewhat reasonable in my opinion. But Abzan just keeps getting more and more tools. Alright. We take the 1. Wayfinder does block this nicely. We like that. Okay, as a Sheoldred. Interesting. Our hand has improved a lot. We're still going to make our Wayfinder on 2 here. These all go to the graveyard, but we now have a Lhurgoyf which we can look to bring back with Tyvar. And put some more cards in the graveyard as well. We'll take the opportunity to block if we're given it. And, yeah. See how that goes. They're just going to scoop. I guess because they looted off the Blood Crypt. Sorry, they looted off the Blood Token there. It looks like they were just missing lands. Voldaren, Epicure plus Sheoldred. See, I don't really feel like the sacrifice versions of the deck play Sheoldred. But I could be wrong, and they could be just playing it because, you know, Sheoldred's great. And similarly, I don't think the normal black-red, like, mid-range deck plays Epicure. What do we want here? If in doubt, we bring in some trophies. And that's what I'm leaning into. They haven't even seen... Well, they still Creeping Chill, actually. They still Creeping Chill. I kind of want to bring in like a couple of trophies, a couple of Cankerblooms, because it deals with things like Fable, and also things like Witch's Oven if they are presumably on sacrifice. I think I'm going to bring in a couple of each, because I'm still not 100% sure, and having out something like Sheoldred is quite nice anyway. In terms of what we're cutting, the deck doesn't have great ways to gain life, and so the Haunted Dead and Silver Smoke Ghouls are like... The Haunted Dead, you still want to be able to pitch to Amalgam, that's kind of the use case here, but Silver Smoke Ghoul in particular is only getting brought back with Creeping Chill, and so is kind of the weakest in that regard. With the Boom Command not necessarily doing a ton here, they could have hearses, which is why I kind of want to leave it in, but hey. Because we can recur all our hardy creatures, I'm almost tempted to get rid of these Silver Smoke Ghouls. We can definitely outgrind black. I feel pretty good about that. The Withering Commands also, as a sacrifice, obviously kill all their 1-toughness creatures. In theory, presuming they're not getting sacrificed away. But, hey. We'll roll up like this, see how it goes. It might be that we want to go all in on Canker Bloom and no trophies. Again, kind of punished by a 1-lander. We'll mulligan this. It's a mulligan to 6 anyway, because of the Creeping Chill on our hand. Here is more interesting. We have 2 supplies we can play off the Dark World Pathway, and we are on the draw anyway. What are we bottoming here, though? I think the question. Probably the Haunted Dead? Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna keep this. Keeping 1 land is tough, but... Okay. This is the bad practice of saying, hey, oh, well, we hit a land. That's actually huge, because it means we know we can play our Dark World Pathway. Green. So hitting it this turn instead of next turn is huge, otherwise you'd play this on black and be kind of locked out for a bit longer. Alright, there's a Prize Amalgam into the graveyard. Nice. We also know we're going to get a 3rd land. All seems pretty great so far. Okay, we have 2 options. We can go Willowgeist into Citrus Supplier, or we can go ahead and Withering Command here now. Withering Command gets us a land for next turn, which allows us to Tyvar, so that seems pretty good. Seems like better, but the Witherboom Command into Citrus Supplier play has more potential upside. The other thing, big thing you'll notice here is that there aren't any Narcomoebs in the deck, which is, you know, it's fine. It's pretty good with Amalgam, but other than that is, you know, a little lackluster sometimes. Alright, what do we want to put, I believe... We want to go mill ourselves, and I think I'm just going to shoot the cat. I should shoot the Ambric here. The cat can come back, you know, like free will. This way we also now have a Lhurgoyf to bring back with the Tyvar. And the other thing, the reason why we're kind of like straying away from some of the more instant sorcery based, well, we have some. Obviously, we've got Ritually Savage and Witherboom Command. Is that we want to have creatures in our deck for Lhurgoyf. And that's why, so like Canker Bloom is a bit better than Assassin's Trophy, like assuming that the cards don't do anything. Which sounds dumb, but is a factual statement. 1-2 creatures in our graveyard. We're gonna mill 3 off of this. Or we go Geist Supplier. They don't have anything going on right now. The thing. Did it dispute away? So we go take this down. Well, we can get we can see what we mill, and then if we don't mill creatures, we can get Wayfinder back. I kind of like that. Let's do that.
This will make a thrilling tale.
It's Cyber activation. We didn't hit creatures. I think we just bring Wayfinder back. Try and have the most stuff in the graveyard as possible. That Amalgam gets triggered by a Satyr Wayfinder, which is, you know, nice. I'll take the Dark World Pathway. So the Prize Amalgam already in our graveyard will come back on Iron Step. That'll trigger the next one. I'll still not block with it. I'll still not attack with this. I maybe should be. Actually. But hey, we are in a position. Well, Kalatas is pretty good. I will say that for free. How do we beat Kalatas? Kalatas exiles all creatures from play. I'm just gonna allow this to happen.
What a grand fight!
What's the best shot of winning through this? The best shot we have of winning through this is actually Lhurgoyf. And then we're gonna stitch supply ourselves a bunch. We just make the Lhurgoyf really big. Ah, now that is exactly what we want to see. So, no attacks, because I don't want to attack into Kalatas. I'm going to set on stop on the second main. The reason why you want to stop on the second main is that if you do this on end step, the price of amalgam comes back on your turn. If you do it here, they do get to do things in their main phase. They get priority back, but you get the price of amalgams back on their end step. With the most information. Well, this is a bit of a combination, isn't not? I will activate Horde down here, because otherwise the Lhurgoyf dies to this. But this is going to make them a horde of zombies. Okay. That will count as you wait. Oh, we drew Creeping Chill. Do we have any? We bought it out as a my goal, so I'm just gonna cast the just supply in here. Nothing coming our way yet. We can't really attack with this yet. We can't really attack with anything yet. Alright. Kalatas is hard to play through. Obviously, do you have trophies to draw to? We mill through any? Mill through one Assassin's Trophy. Given Kalatas, we want to bring in Fatal Push, maybe. Which is reasonable here anyway. But we can control our creatures dying a little bit, at least. Eek. Mayhem Devil also a little tough, you know. It's a good card for them. Tyvar's a good one, though.
This will be cool.
What are we hitting? We hit a Lhurgoyf. We do have... how many creatures do we have in the graveyard? Not that many. We have 4. Anchor Bloom. I think we're better off bringing back the Lhurgoyf. Oh, we go Wayfinder. Wayfinder's also pretty solid. We still unfortunately can't really attack with the Lhurgoyf or the Lhurgoyf because of the zombies in play. They'll just put all the things in front of it. But we are getting to play the game. We do have to make some decisions on how we defend the Tyvar though. Alright. That lets them pick off the Tyvar with damage if they want with the Mayhem Devil. Fatal Push. Unfortunately, we don't get the die trigger to gain life. Yeah. We have 1 trophy left still. Just a case of how many zombies I can get before that. They're going to shoot down Tyvar or they're going to go for the Stitches Supplier. Either works, to be honest.
Let's clash again soon.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, Kalatas putting in the work. We hit land. They currently have a lot of zombies, but not that many. We'll cast the Creeping Chill. Use the mana for our turn. I will... die. If we have mana to kick Lhurgoyf, I will keep this in hand. Because maybe if we can work our way back, we can pitch it to pitch it to Haunted Dead. We'll see. Yeah, they can also do this. This is pretty good, huh? They should make the Kalatas a bajillion power and stuff in its life like it. I mean, it costs them mana to do it, but I'm just gonna pass for now. But yeah, if I play this, it just dies straight away to this. I think we're pretty much done. They've got too many zombies. So it's time we'll scoop it up. Alright, 1-1. So, how do you feel about it? We have an extra trophy, along with some fatal pushes that we can bring in. I don't want to bring in all the fatal pushes, but they might be better than Canker Bloom here, in spite of there being some enchantments that we want to kill, or artifacts we want to kill. Or we go with the Thoughtseize route. We could, like, try and streamline a lot, but the Lhurgoyfs get, like, a little worse each time we cut creatures for spells. I'm thinking something like this. I don't think I want Thoughtseize. Not one of these. Yeah. The Lhurgoyfs get so much worse when we cutting creature spells, actually. That's the only thing we saw hate-wise, right? Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong, because they also have fatal push in their deck, so maybe the Lhurgoyf's just bad entirely. They can make some blockers. May have Devil as well. You know what? Actually, we're gonna do this. We're gonna roll it up. See what we do. What do I do? Oh, I submitted for it. One back. All right. Curiouser and curiouser. We're gonna play. We have interaction without actually being able to do anything. Unfortunately, it does not count. You have a bunch of cards that find lands. Also creeping chill. I don't feel that bad about going to 5 here, but it does feel bad. I think so. Alright, this isn't better than it looks. Alright, let's see. What are we drawing? I'm gonna Wayfinder to start with, and then we'll that later. Immediately regret a decision. Would have been reasonable to take a Willow-Geist here. Just get to double spell this turn coming up here. Tyvar is decent though. We can kind of prevent them attacking it a little bit. The way we also get our most cards in our graveyard. So I'm on board. Let's see what we mill over. That's pretty good. I'm gonna bring back a second Wayfinder. Those things will trigger each other a little bit. We milled through some answers, which is, you know, awkward. So one fatal push, one Assassin's Trophy gone to the wayside. And we can look to Wayfind into Grizzly Salvage this turn. So we're getting a lot of cards in the graveyard. But Kalatas counter. Kalatas answer. Alright, Mayhem Dell's solid. Are they gonna Bloodtide Harvester to... Yeah, they are, okay. I think that's fine. Oh, they decided to double pop here? Oh, because they can attack with a Covenant Familiar? Yeah, sure. Okay. This we can actually keep in track with. We have, oh, we actually don't have a land card in every yet. I'm gonna make the attacks first, because if they decide to block, then that's good for us. They're on 13 already, so their lifesteal is pretty low. Maybe they have some big sacrifice thing. They also were playing Massacre before. You wanna... I think you want a Wayfinder. Get this. And then I want a Witherbloom command, and we will... We could pop the blood token, is that nuts? They're on 5 though as well. I want to kill the cat, I think. And I think we should mill this for 3. I think that's the best thing to do. Okay. Do they have a Kalitas? Would they slow roll a Kalitas? A Kalidus? Use down the Wayfinder, fair enough. Isn't treasure as well, it doesn't let them build up. Things that make you go, See where we're at here. Maybe you should have popped the blood token. I think it's hard to say that going, oh, okay. Well, this changes things a bit. The Anvil with Mayhem Devil does a lot. Alright. They're at least not getting mana off it this time around, but they're gonna... Get me, get to play some blocking material. We have doubly Grisly Salvage, we can't cast double Grisly Salvage. But, are they gonna go to... Okay. I cast one of these now. Ooh, the pathway actually gives us another thing to play. I think I just fight this off. Not having anything to bring back is rough. If I play this, it just absorbs a point of damage. I think I hold it for now. Let me try and power up on our turn, maybe. We're going to do a lot of things. We have the other 2 amalgams in our graveyard. Alright, so now we can sacrifice the blood token. What else have they got? They're on 5, 2 creeping chills left. I didn't put one on the bottom, did I? No. Is there an incentive for trying to dig as many cards deep as possible? Alright, Defiance gives them a treasure. That's going to do 1 damage. Where are they going to point this? Alright, they're going to commit to doing damage to me. Fair enough. This gives them ground blockers. Now they can sacrifice this or the treasure. Probably this, because the treasure gives them a... Ah, that's painful. They have the cat. The verdict's left on, like, fatal pushes left over. One gone. And then we've got 1... 2 trophies gone. I mean, drew a fatal push. As I think, good. This only makes a construct on their turn. Maybe they don't... I'm hoping they don't know that. They're gonna bring back the cat no matter what, pretty much. It's a case of finding a spot to do where we can blow up the Mayhem Devil with some stuff on the stack. Oh, we also can't with the Willow guys playing around here. They presumably want to sacrifice this. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna carry on doing theirs to me, which is that here is reasonable. We chain enough things together, maybe. The cat gaining them life is actually a huge problem. They know this. And maybe she just started off by playing the Willow Ghost out so they shoot it. That would have done me some good. Oh. No. Cancel. Actually, let this thing happen. We gain a life. Whoop whoop. Nah, we can do this. Just in case they have a thing. They could also just still have a card S. But you know, in that case, you know, fair enough. Alright. You're in a spot. Second, which is oven. 1, 2, 3. The anvil's also gonna drain us a bit. Now they've done most of their hand. There are a lot of things I can sacrifice. For sure. They sacrificed the treasure instead of blood, which is, you know, puzzling to me. Alright. They're on 8. We can blow up the anvil and the creature. We definitely want to mill ourselves for cards. 5. The situation we can just drain them plus. Well, not really, but yeah, we could do. It's exactly 8, so it's not going to work out. I think we want to destroy and mill. We'll mill. Do I want the anvil or an oven? This thing actively makes more 1/1s, and they have a bunch of things to sacrifice to it, so I think that's fine. We did actually see a Trigger King Shell. Funny. This costs 4 mana to activate. They get to effectively get some free blocks here. Maybe we could catch them. I think we're safe from 15, basically. We're gonna lose some life to the cat, but at what point we wanna? Alright, they are going to put this construct in front of the price amalgam. Fair enough. I was like, if they decide not to set the construct off, then, you know, everything's fair game. Okay. There are 6. We can rebuy Lhurgoyf. We can rebuy Tyvar. Oh gosh. We have 18 cards left in our library. Problem is the Lhurgoyf's not actually getting through with damage. At the same time, well. He's gonna be mill at least. I'm gonna do this now. At times you regret not having Archimedes. Oh, interesting. Haunted Dead is actually pretty nice here. Maybe then, because none of those draw you cards. I bet Tyvar does. Good Tyvar. You got a 9 here. 15. I'll meet up for 0. Does that seal it? No, some creatures. No. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. I'll go ahead and make Tyvar. I think that Miko Masker means we're dead. The whatever creature you control dies each point loses 1 life is gonna finish us pretty quickly.
Rally, my
We
friend.
did immediately hit the Creeping Chill. We'll grab this for now. Oh, we're gonna get a Satyr Wayfinder. Because I guess a land to hand. Oh, that's dumb. Let's say we have a fatal push. But I think it's dead. You can still cycle this 3 times, which does 6 damage. And then 6. Let's just say go. See what happens. Yeah, a bit of a feel bad. We weren't fast enough out of the gates. It's a shame. Maybe we need creature-based removal. This is actually why Canker Bloom's really good. We can grab them with Grisly Salvage, etc. Maybe like a, maybe not exactly Chupacabra, but something like that. I will play another match or 2. Probably 1. But yeah. Maybe not actual Chupacabra. But something along those lines that we can just like grab, kill stuff. Would be handy. Alright. Next match. Alright. It's another play, which is solid. Okay, we have 3 lands, which is a cast Tyvar, and we have Lhurgoyf to play the first 2 turns. Prize Amalgam in hand isn't ideal, but hey, that's fine. The price of playing. And maybe we hit another enabler on the way to Tyvar. Drawing a Satyr Wayfinder would be pretty gas. Tyvar also not actually guaranteed to trigger these, but you know. Okay. This heavily implies, oh, now they're playing Yorion. Some kind of, and by some kind of I mean Enigmatic incarnation. Flyers deck. But potentially we can work around that. We have some tools. These shots, which implies a bonus should die. Okay, Wolfley Haven. I honestly think that just casting the Lhurgoyf is probably better than Tyvar, because we mill 3 cards with the Tyvar, but it's not guaranteed to bring something to bring back. We should just cast this with Satyr. This works quite well. There's these 2. Means we have another Lhurgoyf to bring back with the Tyvar now. And all of a sudden, we're kind of to the races. Now, they could have land, fires, enigmatic, go grab something annoying. Like a deputy detention. But no, okay, Fable. Do they have a third land? That's a good question. They have an untapped Tallow Fountain. Portable holes to Lhurgoyf? Interesting. Gonna go ahead and Tyvar. We will hit the minus button. Oh my god. We can Wayfinder. The Lhurgoyf is doing enough, I think. But, notably, we don't really have a thing for next turn. Lhurgoyf's a 4-5. Let's try a little more. Alright. Reasonable. I'm gonna block one of these. It's got trample. They're on 4. You got pressure. Third mana. Let's take a foundry. We could get spree elected. Then we gain 6. Whoa. Alright, there's fires. There's a land. There's an Enigmatic. Alright, what are we tutoring for? Pull this away. I think it's our friend Deputy Detention to grab our 2 Willergeists. That's annoying. Sure is. Alright, gonna play Supplier first. Just see what we hit here. If we hit a Haunted Dead, that'd be... There it is. Oh, there it is. Gonna plus up on nothing here. You want both of these cards in the graveyard, really? I'll hold the land for now. The problem is, you see, that they're now having an active incarnation, and we have to kind of deal with that. Line binding. I'm gonna take the Tyvar away. Alright.
Next time we have to.
Oh, still on 4. And we do have that to our advantage. But we get to get a 7 drop, which, you know, isn't ideal. Alright, Titan's pretty good. Gets them up to 10. Sorry, 9. That's maths. Titan does other things. I'm gonna run this attack. Which, you know, like, feels a little dumb, but we've cast a pitch. We have Tyvar to bring things back. Not that stupid. Sounds like Tyvar.
Rally, my friend.
Alright. Lhurgoyf's time, it's a 7-8 currently. So go again. And stuff. They get to kind of carry on going though. Oh, they also have Reflection Titan online. Ah, pain. Alright. The trials and tribulations of a dredge player. Okay. You know what? Sure. I'm just gonna carry on doing, I think. What are we sacrificing on Way? Here comes the Titan again. Enigmatic incarnation probably goes and gets the Glasspool Mimic, copies the Titan. The Reflection, which is still active, can still copy the Titan. Fortunately, can't copy Yorion, but, you know. It is what it is. Okay. Thank you for binding. Yeah, we are dead, unfortunately. Right, okay, that's game one, though. 2 more, and we can put them in the bin. Artifacts and enchantments. We want all of that. I don't want to dilute too much. The one thing about this deck is that you're all, you know, fairly tight on space. You maybe need to leave the ghouls in here as well. Have extra things to bring back. Maybe cutting them's a little off. With the blink command actually doesn't do anything. It does. It kills Rest of Beast in theory. We're bringing in cards for that we can also tutor for. But I think that is okay. I'm gonna be a little minimalistic sideboarding here, but I think this is right. Like, we could bring in Trophy, but we want to kind of be explosive and then stop them dead in their tracks, which be able to just like snipe off their enchantments. Play. All right, solid. Let's do this. Let's do this. I believe we will. Right. Supplier. Okay. All in the yard. Green side here. We'll stay away find this one. Get to grab this land. And we have cards in the graveyard when we draw Lhurgoyfs. For now. We're not dead to turn to rest in peace, which is nice. We're not in a great spot, but hey. Alright, another tap steam events. It's an interesting one where this might be a cast sorted deck game. Lantern. The Canker Bloom could do some work. They could also have things like Deafening Clarion. Like Sweepers. We will see, we'll see. We're on 12. I think we just cast Christ Amalgam. That leaves up Canker Bloom. The system dead in 2 turns currently. Nothing, but they don't have colours. We've got only blue and red lands. Okay, yeah, they're done with that. Right. They saw a little bit of what we're bringing in the sideboard. Is there anything you want to change? It's only like, do we want to bring in some number of Assassin's Trophies? I mean, yeah, but we can't afford to dilute too much. Okay. Interesting, interesting. No, no, that's not going to do it. Oh, come on. Done this to me now. Oh, team. Hmm. We're on 5. Yeah, we need to put one back. One more back. Obviously, we want the lands. Tyvar versus Lhurgoyf. We do have Kanka Bloom Tyvar combo. You know what? I believe. This would beside you answer to rest in peace now we don't have to play it as a land, maybe. Let's just ask the trophy. We don't want to do this early because I'm going to have basics to find. Alright. See what the dealio is. Haven. Ah, so Haven actually makes blowing that land up not unreasonable. That'd be kind of annoying. We have Besage as well, but because we know we have the Tyvar abound to bring it back later. We're gonna try and grind them out a little bit. What are they playing off of this turn is the question. Okay. We get to pop this with the next turn. I don't be careful about getting them lands, basically. I'll pass. Withdraw. See what Tyvar's saying.
This will make a thrilling tale. Share in my glory.
We're kind of in on it now. They get to kill the Tyvar, but I think them having an 80 channel is okay. Letting them just kind of go off with fires seems bad. But we've hit nothing. We could have done with hitting some kind of dredge thing off of the Tyvar, but we hit a couple of lands. New fires for nothing. Going to play all tapped. This is actually be a basic. We've got all their colours now, pretty much. I keep killing their fires, but we're giving them lands, which is going to let them cast the spells if they draw them. So we'll see how this goes. The answer is not well for long. But we have some more answers. Trying to play the control deck in this matchup is not exactly what we want. We just want to be able to disrupt them a little bit with these, with this kind of interaction. But yeah. I will take 2. Alright, they went and got Yorion, which is, you know, fine. The Hornet Deaths are terrible to hit. We will set this on end step. I'm gonna pretend like they have nothing, and if I pretend like they have nothing, they can't play something. Fable, yeah. I'm kind of on board for this. We're running some risks, but they're at least not yawning yet. And we're gonna drop a block in front of this, clear it up before they can blink it. There's prized amalgam. That's what we're looking for. And they had the landing binding the entire time. I'm not going to show them the Botanical Sanctum. At least, well, we want to save it to discuss something that anyway in daily, but. Alright, the Fables are doing stuff. Blink the portable hole, it'll be good. Trust me. They're just going to blink one of them. Alright, this is actually a good draw. It might be a little too late. Maybe this version of the deck is just a little too fluffy. In that there are lots of great enablers, but there's too many enablers and not enough substance. You know what I mean? Like, we mill through so many cards, but none of them actually are our kind of payoffs. There's like, enabler. Lhurgoyf does kind of both things. We hit some of our sideboard cards, so we can't really complain too much. But we are just lights out. Which is, you know, is what it is. Or even chill. I'm not convinced we'll get a turn. They can Skyclay Apparition one of our Wayfinders. I just don't know if they want to do that. Basically. They can make a blocker for the Orion. They're thinking about it. They got a pile of treasures. They know what's up. Yeah, the difference with Jace, between like Jace and Tyvar, they're not attacking on the Sky Apparition, which actually does mean we do just live. But, to what end is a good question. Alright. We got our prize amalgam back. No. I'm gonna scoop it up. Alright, well, yeah, two pretty rough games. You've seen most of the deck at least. But you've seen places where it can struggle a little bit, honestly. It's just not as fast as blue and black. You don't have as many 1-mana enablers, which just slow you down a little bit. And there is quite a bit of fluff. And so, hey, that's where we are. Hopefully you enjoyed the video in spite of that. I do think this version of the deck's sweet, but it needs a little bit of work. And so, I'm going to go back to the drawing board, and maybe in a few weeks' time after Mon releases, I will drop another Dredge video with the ultimate Dredge deck, and we'll see. Alright, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and peace out.